Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another live watch party. We are live. It is Sunday night. We're feeling good or feeling uh nostalgic, feeling something. I have had heck of a weekend. So basically, it was wife's party birthday earlier, and I had gotten something, but didn't arrive. So anyway, long story short, I bought her tickets to all three of the Lord of the Rings that were being re-released this weekend, and I guess next weekend. Went and saw 'em. Great stuff. Hadn't seen them actually in a while. Some of them she had never seen in the theater, so really appreciated it. Got me thinking about how great, uh, you know, those movies were. How's the finger? So Robin is talking. So on Wednesday, I'm peeling potatoes, and I literally sliced my left middle finger. Like it's not like horrible or bad or anything, but it is still really annoying. It's still healing actually. In fact, I just like an hour ago, even like because wife parties like you need to change that band-aid once or twice a day and keep it fresh and such. Um, so I just changed the band-aid like within an hour ago. Um, it's unfortunate. Obviously many people have far worse than this, but it's kind of annoying. And I was like trying to do some writing. Even just now as I was like creating this live stream, and I'm just typing on the computer, it's actually kind of like annoying because it's like it's on the, like the tip and pad of your finger. And so it's like I can't use it, or if I use it, it like hurts. I don't know. Normally normally like little cuts heal pretty quick, but like this one, I think partially because of where it is or whatever, it's taking a long time. It's yeah. So I hate to like complain too much about something that's ultimately small, but it is actually like affected me and just like trying to even just like write a video and such slowed me down. So that's it. Still not healed actually. Like I had to put another band-aid on. I don't want to go without the band-aid because it'll just like reopen it, which is what actually happened a couple days ago. Hey, watch party. Hope your day has been good. Thank you. It actually has. Like I said, I saw Return of the King. Um, I do think we'll get the Blu-ray for season 6 on February 13th. The 1 year anniversary of part 3. Yes, that was always my first guess. Usually that's if you've looked, that's when those DVDs have come out. Usually sometimes, very close to the day of like 1 year. Um so yeah, that seems to follow the pattern. I think that's a very good guess. And if it's not that precisely, it's probably close, right? So like it's not gonna be like much later. Seeing is someone who's sliced her finger while cleaning lettuce. Oh, yeah. Cutting blades. It'll take a bit to heal, and yes, it's hard to use. LOL. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate because sometimes like small cuts, like you get like a little small cut on your arm or something. Usually sometimes they heal pretty quick, but I think when it's on your finger, the part that you use, it's just kind of hard. So I'm trying not to use it, but also I can't not really not use it. So kind of been. How's your week been, OG Sonic? Actually, it was a pretty good week, apart from the cutting my finger. Um, um, well, yeah, I mean, it was a little sad. I guess actually, there were some sad things happened, but I guess the past few days have felt better just because wife was off work, and like I said, we were going to these Lord of the Rings movies. Um, they're the extended edition, so it's like a 3.5 hour movie again, and then like today, Return of the King, the extended is like over 4 hours. I looked at it; it was like 4 hours and 6 minutes or something like that. 3 minutes. It was a little over 4 hours. That's not including the credits. With the credits, is more. Return to the gym this week with a new split. New split. Ooh. Fuck people, LOL. Upper and lower all the way. I don't know what you're referring to, OG Sonic. I gotta be honest with you. Um, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's, yeah. Uh, but anyway, so I was, watching Lord of the Rings, thinking about all the good stuff. And, and earlier this week, Hayden said something. What did he say? Huh. Whatever. Because yeah. Yo, okay. So Hayden talked. He posted this time last year. I was so excited for the last episodes of Cobra Kai to come out. Final seasons are tough to execute, but I remember feeling confident we had a strong finale and couldn't wait to see the reaction. Missing that anticipation now, but happy how it all turned out. Yeah, absolutely. The final season of Cobra Kai. So, and I retweeted and said, best finale of 2025, and it really was best finale in 10 years. I mean, it really was like find a finale that essentially, almost the whole fandom loved. There might be a few others. I don't know. Um, what did people see? There's probably some like animes that people loved. But I don't know, like, but that's like, not much. People as in push pull legs. Okay. When do you think they will release the DVD and extras for season 6? Yeah, like Chosen said, February 13th is a very good guess, and if not precisely that day, like what day of the week is that? Let me look here. It's a Friday. It could be like the following week, maybe even earlier that week or the following week. But like, let's if you just say broadly February, I think that's like a very good guess. That sticks with established patterns that, like, makes sense, because so like there were like legal reasons, like they agreed like Netflix would get like a 1 year exclusive before it's put anywhere else. Basically, it's something like that. So like Netflix gets a 1 year exclusive. That means they can put the DVD out a year later, which is why that kind of pattern has been the case. So I mean, someone said March earlier, but it seems like that was only ever a rumor. I mean, it could be, but we'll see. Cobra Kai coming back. Cobra Kai never died. T Flex champ, thank you for coming on in. You know just darn well, Cobra Kai never left. It's still there. You know, like I said, after rewatching like Lord of the Rings, I'm thinking maybe I'll just rewatch Cobra Kai. So yeah, Cobra Kai is there. Let's get it next month on DVD. Cobra Kai season 6. Very excited. Yeah, yeah. The special features haven't been as great recently. Mostly, it's it's like deleted scenes and stuff, but they're the sort of deleted scenes. You're like, well, I see why that's deleted. You get it? Like, oh, I get it. Um, so that's like a thing. Um, you know, there hasn't been that much else. Honestly, like the really only good DVD was the first one. Season 3 had like a little bit, but not as much. LOTR trilogy, I gotta rewatch. I remember going to see them in theaters as a kid. Yeah, rewatch it. It will be playing again next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it's like special screenings. Like where I went, it's like one episode a day, or one screening a show each day of each movie. So because that's what we did. Breaking Bad is another one. Yeah, yeah, and I think Better Call Saul had some really good conclusions. Collecting the Cobra Kai DVDs, all right. Um, I don't know if I'll get season 6 since that one wasn't very good. Ooh, maybe I'll do a complete series on Blu-ray or someday. We'll see. We'll see. Do you watch Penguin Z or slash Moist Critical? I have seen Moist Critical. I have not seen that on Stranger Things, but everything related to pop culture. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know he's a popular YouTuber. Got an idea what deleted scenes? Well, good job. I don't. It's time for Cobra Kai spinoff now. Yeah, yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping to. I don't know. It comes when it comes, that's all you can do. We needed a Robbie spinoff. Everyone's got their favorite character that wants it a spinoff. I mean, that's pretty much just the way it is. Yeah, the scene Griffin like they're playing video games or something. That was in the final episode. Yeah, there was like that's one we know of, and Johnny's asleep. That'll probably be there actually. Where Quan bullies Dimitri. There might have been, but some of that was just like already there. Like Brandon was like adding his own stuff. Some of that was actually in there already. Make a spinoff that ties in storylines from the Karate Kid animated series. I don't know if they'll go that direct. They did have fun like playing at it, like where the what is I want to call it temple, but the shrine thing that they were going for in that show. you know, there was one in Chosen's like dojo, you know, multiverse, something like that. What are they going to do with all the kids though? I mean, on some level, their arcs are done. That's why like a spinoff will look somewhere else to begin with. They're not just going to pick up with a character. Robbie's arc is not done. Well, I mean, you could make that argument, and certainly Robbie fans wanted more, so I get it. I'm not going to argue with you, but I'll just say I don't think it's first in line for a spinoff. So that's like one way to look at it. It's not first in line. Why is your feet in the two engage in an epic final battle? When is this final? I just don't have an answer, man. I wish I did. And when I do, I'll let you know. But I don't have an immediate answer. So I'm let me put it this way though. I am hoping for news sooner. Like I'm hoping maybe we get some sort of news in and around when we come up to the 1 year anniversary. So like within a month, February 13th, around then. So that's definitely like I think when I'm hoping for at least some sort of information, right? That's what I'm hoping for, some sort of information. Yeah. Sam meets a Japanese girl named Taki. Could be, could be. I mean, you could play with the multiverse, maybe. So, I mean, I like the idea actually on some level. Robbie needs to go up against a badass opponent. Quan failed to deliver on that promise by being so weak, and Axel had that frat boy vibe that made him less cool. Well, yeah, could be. Isn't the deleted scene where both Kenny and Anthony are looking at Zara's social media and they're simping for her or something like that? Um, you know what? I think there may have been a deleted scene. I don't know. Was that in part 2 though? Or something? Yeah, I remember something about that. Um, but I don't remember much. That might have been in part 2. It needs to be a Miyagi prequel or Iron Dragons. Yeah, and I think they would go with Miyagi first. Miyagi's got the name recognition and such. Yeah, Iron Dragons, but I mean, I would love it too. Johnny being an Uncle Anthony. Yeah. Yeah, Johnny hits. I don't know. I noticed that people move into Japan and China. Um, somewhat. Some people. There's a small contingent of Americans who are like, "Oh, I want to go to Japan. Like everything will be so much better in Japan. They're so much better." Um, so I knew a girl Um, like, well, she was in high school. She was like connected. She was like a student of someone I knew. Who was like an absolute Japan file, Asian file, Japan file. She loved everything Japan. She studied Japanese. Um, and eventually she was able to do some sort of like study abroad or something or other and went to Japan. I guess she was in high school, like 17 or something or other. Maybe she was, I don't know, was she 18 then? I don't know. I don't really remember. But the point is, she went to Japan for like a school year or so. And basically came back and was like, okay, I'm done with Japan. It was like she went from like, I just want to live my life in Japan. She went there and came back as like, okay, I'm fine with America. A lot of basically the Americans who get like that, they get kind of caught up in this. The grass is always greener on the other side. Everything is about Japan is so great. Everything about where we live is so dumb. And then you get there and you realize, oh wait, maybe it's actually not so good. There are maybe some things good, but like any country you go to, any society, they're gonna have some problems, some whatever, some problems this, some problems that. You just trade some problems for another. So anyway, like T-Flex Champ, I know you're thinking about moving. A lot of like Westerners moved to Thailand. I mean, I visited Thailand a long time ago now. Jesus Christ. But like you encounter people who are like pseudo living there, like Americans or like British or something. I don't know. Never for me. I have more respect for a local one-man plumber over some moronic communications major college brat. I'm not sure what that's referring to. I must have missed something. Oh, wait, hold on. Going back. But I don't like the scene with Blatt in part 3 portrayed the idea of Robbie learning trade instead of college as being bad. Well, yeah, but that's part of the point. Like that's part of like her character and she creates that. And of course the real big thing is like the guy essentially looked exactly like Johnny. Was basically Johnny from season 1. So yeah. Part 2, not sure because they were not friends before Anthony apologized and Kenny had headed for Spain immediately afterwards. It's true. That's true. I don't remember. Yeah. Anthony's in the audience says Zara being hot. Okay. Think the deleted scene with Kenny and Anthony on part 3. Episode 13 and 14. All over TikTok. Yeah. Iron Dragons, as long as it doesn't involve Axel or Zara, you see myself being invested in a story involving them. Yeah. You can't see it. Well, yeah, I mean, it would be Sensei Wolf, right? Sensei Wolf is the one we're interested in, not necessarily Axel and Zara. What up, Mr. What up, Dillers? The other Iron Dragons. Wolf was the only Iron Dragon. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much. Want to go to Japan? Go to Japan. By all means, go. Oh, what? Yeah, talking about Japan, Alex Myers, if you've seen his channel, he was like that too. He took off for Japan sometime after high school or whatever, thinking it would be great, and it really wasn't. And he eventually was kind of doing pretty well in Japan, he had a good job, and actually that was when he was making his YouTube channel. And he eventually got married to a Japanese woman, but like it did not get good and his marriage did not last. I've heard some of those marriages, aren't that great. These Western guys marry these Japanese women thinking it'll be great, and it's not so good. Japanese culture obsessed is nicknamed weebs. Good to know. I was unfamiliar with that term. Weebs. The weebs. People who just like weebs. Okay. Heard parts of Japan are extremely racist. Um well, yeah, I think the way Alex Myers put it is it's just yeah, like Japanese are happy with Japan and they don't like want a lot of foreigners, right? Like be they from America, Europe, or even China maybe. Cuz the number one apparently foreigner in Japan is Chinese, right? So like out of non-Japanese people, they're probably okay with tourists, but like if you live in or near a tourist area, obviously then tourists like become a regular thing and it's the same. They're all taking pictures and whatever the hell, doing the tourist stuff. But then like you have like the ones who live there. And that's kind of like what Alex Myers talked about. Because Alex Myers learned fluent Japanese, and sometimes they don't realize, especially if you're like a white guy, or whatever, that you that you know the language. So they just talk, not realizing you know the language. And yeah, that's what he said. It's yeah, I don't know if he used the term racist, but just like they don't appreciate them being there, which is we think of it this way, like why does Japan need like random European or American guys or women, whatever, girls, men and women, like who are just like fascinated with their country, weebs who are weebs, like, but like, yeah, I get that some of these people are weebs and love Japan, but like, why should they go to Japan? Like, why does Japan doesn't need them? Like what? We don't need you. Like, um, yeah. So that's why they're like that. Even though at least Alex Myers actually had like ended up having a somewhat important job because he was like the Western coordinator or something because it was like a company doing business in America and he was like in charge of making sure like everything was translated correctly and like localized, made sense and stuff. We know why Westerners go to Thailand. He. It's a very beautiful country. Phuket, you go down in the south and southwest. Very beautiful. Where they filmed the beach. Isn't that the whole passport bro country? I don't know. Um, I don't entirely know what that means, but it's one of the reasons it was always popular is because like the currency was cheap and so the exchange rate was very very favorable. So even if you have like a moderate amount of money, you could go to Thailand very cheaply. Like that was like a big part of it. I mean, like obviously you got to fly there, but like once you're in Thailand, stuff is like really cheap. Like as I recall, like you could go get lunch and it's like freshly made, Thai food, and it's like a buck 50 or something. Stuff was like really cheap. Do what with Blatt? I wish it was for Cobra Kai. So, yeah. The only thing that's interesting about Zara is her looks. Well, she's a good fighter. She's kind of annoying. She flaunts the rules. Someone else who watches Alex Myers. Yeah, I haven't seen him recently. Um, but I used to watch a lot of his stuff. But I haven't watched him quite as much. Joseph has to go. She's another great stream. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And more content is coming. It just got delayed because I freaking hurt my finger. And then I spent 3 days like seeing the Lord of the Rings movies. I haven't done any editing, unfortunately, but I was like today we were out all day essentially. I wish if Alex Myers is Michael Myers, our cousins. I've seen his videos. Funny. I wonder if Zara enjoys spicy foods. Maybe go where you are appreciated. That's true. That's true. And I think when we're talking about this is if you're a Westerner, you're probably not going to be appreciated in Japan. That's kind of going back to what we were saying. You may be appreciated a little bit in Thailand and other places, but Japan, not so much. Thai food is delicious. Yes. If you have authentic Thai food, man, they have like some street food in some places. Like you just find this like little, I want a vendor or whatever. That was like, where was I? Was I in Phuket there? Yeah, I was like in Phuket or somewhere. For like some fried rice, chicken fried rice, any of that stuff. But there's a lot of really good Thai places. You get a lot of good Thai food. Cobra Kai had more deaths than Stranger Things. It did. It did. Cobra Kai rapper from the 2000s. Watch Putty, what's up? What it do? Hope everything's going along with you. I got to go on the stream to say what's up and rap flows. You know what I'm saying? We were hit with a blast from the past. Ain't no mine, ain't no fast. Come on, boys. Hit it, the rhyme. You get it on down. We're going to do it this time. Bow, 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 bow. Cobra Kai rapper from the 2000s. Adam Wu fans. I don't know Adam Wu. I will say that one. Iron Dragon spinoff. They can cast Zint as Sar's older sister since they look alike. No, they don't. Fun fact: Zendaya was on Disney and other stuff, and her longtime stunt double was Janelle Kerfman. Janelle Kerfman, of course, was Hito's wife and helped on the fights and stunts of Cobra Kai and was also the original stunt double for Peyton List. Janelle Kerfman doubled for Peyton List. So it's a small world, right? Zendaya's stunt double was the same as Peyton List's stunt double. A lot of American men are going for women in Eastern countries because they can't get women in America. But if they can't get women in America, how will you get women in other countries? What do I say? All right, how do I put this? So there's a theory that the women in Western countries or America are like very picky or whatever, and they reject most of these men. Either that or they're just insufferable, blah, blah, blah. Bad relationships, bad divorce, whatever. But if you find a woman from an Eastern country, maybe she's a little more traditional. She's a little more excited to be you. She feels more lucky to have you as opposed to she's settling. I think that's probably the core of it. I mean, it's a thing. I don't know how big it is. Island, Western Jamaican. Yeah, you're Jamaican. They'd be a little interested in Jamaicans. They probably don't get them as much. Rap music, rock and metal guy. Go for the Canadian girls. Uh-oh. Look at Robin. Look at her picture. She's even winking at you. She's winking. Go for those Canadian girls. It's not about, it's a booty. That's what it's about, Canadian. In America, it's what it's what the girl's about. In Canada, it's the girl who's a booty. That's what you get in Canadian. So, I mean, go for it. Maybe. They probably got maple syrup. You know, the maple leaf on the thing, that's just all they wear. You know, you'll see a girl, it's kind of like, like when you see Adam and Eve or something and they're wearing the leaf, that's like what the leaf on the thing is. The girl's just wearing the leaf. They're down. Was she painless stunt double the entire series? No, she was not. Seasons 2 and 3. Then in season 4, when they got a new stunt coordinator, they brought in Lee and the others. They got a new team, and she had a new stunt double. And I think she had a different double again in season 6. Western Jamaican women in America is too much problem versus country easy to deal with. Yeah. Woo, Canadian women. Robin Lynn is laughing. She agrees with what I said. I mean, I just speak the truth. What can I say? Oh my God, watch party. I mean, it's not me. It's you Canadian women. It's you Canadian girls, man. I mean, I'm just pointing it out. That's what I do. Sometimes you just got to point it out. Oop, T Flex Champ is gonna. Yeah, I turn T Flex Champ. So when you say the Canadians are about a booty, it's a boot. It's not about. It's a booty. Our resident Jamaican, the black man, is now interested. So he's gonna come looking. The maple leaf bikini. She does not like the maple leaf bikini. Okay. It's not universal in Canada. That's what she's really saying. Plus, with the current weather, it's a little cold for the maple leaf. That's more of a summertime thing. I mean, they're not crazy or stupid or anything. Obviously, they're very intelligent. So they're not going to wear the maple leaf when it's below freezing. Guys, come on, like be realistic. So they're not crazy. So, keep your expectations in line too. So you don't go to Canada in mid-January expecting the girls to be in the maple leaf. They're not. That's a summer thing. So, what's the cost of living like in Canada? There you go. Probably depends greatly on where you live. Isn't Toronto like really expensive? DBZ Ocean Dub. Regardless of which country you're in, it still depends on location. Well, true. I think a lot of issues people are having with dating are exasperated by being in giant metropolitan areas where clubbing is big. Well, that is true. But wait a second. Hasn't clubbing kind of been going downhill? Like, I always thought it was overrated. Like, when I was in my early 20s, vibing in Vegas or something, like, Hollywood, like, I went to some clubs, but honestly, I never really liked it. I was just like, went because it was like what you did. And I feel like the current generation, the Gen Zers now, who would be like the number one, like they're just like, yeah, fuck it, like I don't care, like I felt like millennials, we did it, even though at least a lot of us knew it seemed kind of pointless. This is pointless. Just like, come on, there's got to be better things to do. Um, so I don't think it's like specifically clubbing anyway. Very complex nature, right? Yeah. Raves and concerts are more my speed. Yeah, well, that makes sense. I mean, concerts have gotten more important, especially for the finances of the band, but that's a whole nother thing. Um, because it's like people want, the experience, people want something unique. You're correct. Clubs are dying for many reasons. Yeah, I always thought it was a little bit overplayed. I mean, I probably could have been a better clubber, I guess, but like it's like I never really was like in love. Like, drinks are so expensive. Like sometimes the music's okay. Like some are okay, but then like some of it even got worse. I don't know. Um Rum Jungle seemed kind of cool once, and um the one at MGM, it's probably not there anymore. I don't know. They changed it, but was kind of cool. But then it just kind of got lame. Strip clubs are dying. Well, you're letting us know, man. I didn't know that. Don't really believe in generation. I don't know if late millennials went clubbing. I mean, I think it's been on a downward spiral. Probably late millennials and now Gen Z's really kind of like it's like go, the whole thing was always kind of dumb. Like for the most part, you're like standing in line for like an hour and a half or more, 2 hours. Like they just enforced this stupid line and to get in, and then you're like paying all this money for a drink and do all this, and it's just like it's just so stupid. Like forget it. Um and I really think like Gen Z was basically like the first that just like, yeah, I don't care. Like so Ocean Dub. Robin Lynn, we had a nice Ocean Dub. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I think clubs probably are dying. And part of that, well, Vegas is dying too for a lot of reasons. Vegas overall. I used to go to Vegas a little bit more. Um and then there was like a 10-year gap where I didn't go to Vegas. And then I went back to Vegas and it was just kind of sad. like a lot of the cool stuff was gone. Um Go to a good Slipknot concert instead of clubbing. Slipknot, huh? Haven't heard of them, but I believe you. How do you create these amazing backgrounds? This one, DJ Club. I just found a picture from searching Return of the King, and I put Johnny Lawrence over it. This wasn't that much. A company that did a lot of dubbing for anime. Okay, interesting. Oh, you're talking about dubbing. Yeah, I understand. Like that would suck if dubbing switched like halfway through a show. Um, especially if they switched who is doing the dubbing voices. In Japan, since we're on it, like voice dubbing is like a really sought after art or job. In voice actors basically will have a career that will parallel like an American actor or something. Like there's like a guy who voice dubs Tom Cruise in Japan. Is by the way, Japan was never into subtitles. They had dubbing for everything. Like they wouldn't do subtitles. So they would always have dubbing for everything. And like in Japan, like if for like the guy who happened to voice Tom Cruise would just like always do the dubbing for Tom Cruise. So it's like always the same actor no matter what. Um and so that's why it's funny because then Japanese people they associate that person with the voice, and a lot of times there's stories of like American actors who visit Japan for whatever reason, press or whatever, and the audience is shocked to hear the actor's actual voice for the first time because they're so familiar with the dubber, whoever did the dub, the voiceover. Um, kind of another interesting point about Japan. But yeah, but it makes sense because if there's like someone, a character or especially an actor that you're used to having a certain voice from the dub, you would want that to be the same then, even in different seasons, different shows, whatever. Johnny and Daniel both make different delicious food. I'm rewatching Cobra Kai on season 2. Do you want an interesting fact I saw? I just saw that. Yeah, well, go ahead. Last time you went to a club was 2016. For me, it was probably even longer. I'm sure it was over. I might have gone to a bar or something, but no, definitely not a club. Fun kids, fun nation. Don't get me started. Anime dubbing. Anime voice acting in Japan is so highly respected. I'm sure. So there's a scene when Johnny and Miguel were at the diner next to the hospital. Yes. In episode 3. Johnny says his mom died before I was born. Found out his mom passed in 2007. Yeah. That was a mistake in season 6. I think Cobra Kai Wisdom even made some shit. Like Johnny was so drunk he didn't know his mom was alive for another 5 years, and there was jokes about it. Yeah, that was pointed out when the finale dropped. That the date on the tombstone was wrong. One of the things I noticed is Cobra Kai works on the opposite type of person. Robbie and Dimitri being naturally aggressive are better fit. Not being naturally aggressive, I suppose, for Miyagi-Do. Yeah. The scene of season when Johnny visits great. It says September. Yes, correct. You are correct. Miguel and Hawk initially being timid and shy need the Cobra Kai aggressive. Yes. Ocean Dub was voiced by the same guy who voiced Miroku. The show, I can't remember his name. Yeah. Daniel in Karate Kid 1 was not a pushover. He benefited from the calm, disciplined Miyagi to counteract his aggression. Yes, he had a bit of a temper. Always Daniel's flaw, bit of a temper. Get him in trouble. A lot of rap pop. Yeah, club music. It's like the fast dance music that some DJ is always mixing or something or other. Robbie had a Sakai style fight with Quan. Well, he already had his fight with Quan. And it was close enough to Karate Kid 2. I mean, Quan ended up dying anyway. Chosen had a knife in Karate Kid 2, so dance hall reggae. Ooh. Now that's a genre. A no holds bar without Yoon's help. Well, yeah. Clubbing music. Is it not the alcohol? Maybe the alcohol is making you drowsy. You drink. There is a way. A lot of clubs, may have a spot where you can almost soak away. It's not like it's not loud, but like you can kind of almost fade away and almost fall asleep. But then also a lot of clubs like have absolutely no place to sit down unless you like bought bottle service for like $800 or $1,000, whatever the hell it costs now. So it's like just buy bottle service. Dimitri looks so much like Finn Wolfhard. I can't see it. I've never seen that. I think they look different enough to me. Maybe Mike Barnes will show up in a spinoff. I understand your frustration. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, Mike Barnes. Quan should have assaulted Dimitri, and Kenny should have replaced Dimitri. Dimitri was so detrimental to the team. Yeah, that's kind of like the frustration of part 2. Dimitri's really not good. Honestly, I mean, I thought Devin was better to the team than Dimitri. You know what? Hold on. Who contributed more positives and fewer negatives to the Miyagi-Do team at the Sekai Taikai? Hashtag Cobra Kai. And we're going to push. And we're going to put Dimitri and Devin. Ultimately, who was more valuable to the team? I will give this 36 hours. 1 day, 12 hours. Okay. There, I posted a poll. You can vote in it. Who contributed more positives and fewer negatives to the Miyagi-Do team at the Sekai Taikai? Ultimately, who was more valuable to the team? We'll see. Dimitri or Devin? We'll see. How about... I don't ever post... Maybe I could post this on the channel too. Image poll. Here we go. At the Sekai Taikai. Image. Let me find an image of Dimitri. I'm going to put this on the channel, guys. Good point. Let's see. Where is this? What am I looking for? Oh, people. Okay, Dimitri. Do I have a Dimitri? Yeah. Oh, I got one somewhere. Let me see. Okay, damn it. How about this one? Okay. Let me find one of Devin. All right, hold on, guys. Hold on. We'll see how this goes. Give me Devin. Come on. I have so many pictures. A lot of times it's the hardest part is just like scrolling through to find whatever I'm looking for. Nothing of Devin. Maybe part one. Part one. Well, there's Devin. That's not even part one. Or maybe it was. Yeah. That's not a good shit. Damn it. I don't have any good pictures of Devin. Sorry, guys. Give me a good picture of Devin. No. I wish. I actually have a lot of shots at Devin, but hold on. Why is this not working, though? Can I, like... Oh, here. Okay. Okay. There we go. Got it. Okay. Dimitri seems like he listens to the band Asia. Yeah. Dimitri's trash. He should not have been there. Yeah. Cool, badass. Way better than Daniel. Mike Barnes looks like the N64 for current time. Maybe he secretly explains trouble in Connecticut. My issue with clubs is you don't drink, so going there with no hopes of hitting on a girl will not work. I'm just sitting there awkwardly for 2 hours. Well, I mean, you don't have to drink to hit on a girl. I'm going to give you that secret. This is your dating secret. You don't have to drink to hit on a girl. Although, if you're at a club, you probably would want to drink. So, yeah, don't go. It's not worth it. Otherwise, if you aren't enjoying, if you're at least not going to dance or anything, enjoy the club atmosphere. Barnes should have joined Cobra Kai's sensei. Yeah, I would have agreed with that. Chozo was cool and badass, way better than Daniel. Yeah. This is man Asia. Quan and the other Cobra Kai's bullying Dimitri would have been better than MIT's story. Well, yeah. The hair growth stimulating diet that Quan followed, huh? Every time I hear Asia, I think it's supernatural. Oop. Well, there's someone voted on Twitter already, so we'll see. All right, guys, I gotta go. Night of the Seven Kingdoms is debuting. Wife Party is actually like, well, let's watch it, and I'm like, all right. So I am gonna watch that right now. It just actually came out. So videos coming. Sorry, editing's taken 3 days off, and it was hard writing, but I got stuff coming. I think the stuff is written anyway, so I can edit with my other hand. But I love you all. I'll see you probably back here next week. Yeah, Cobra Kai rapper, you have a great. You keep rapping. You keep rapping from the 2000s, and we'll see you all at the next watch party. Love you all. Yeah, you have a good week, Robin. Don't get too a booty. A booty. All right, bye-bye. You're welcome, T-Flex champ.